Hey, welcome to Race Central Unplugged, where motorsports gets real. He's the voice, the insider, the legend, Kurt Hansen. No filters, no fluff, just hard-hitting takes on IndyCar, NASCAR, F1, IMSA, and every series that lives on speed. Kurt brings you the stories behind the headlines, the interviews nobody else gets, the bold opinions, the paddock whispers, but they don't say it out loud. So buckle up, hang in. This is Kurt Race Central Unplugged with Kurt Hansen. Unbelievable. I got to work on that one, brother.
What
How
happened
was
to the
that?
music? What happened
Was,
to the music with the RPM, rum,
oh,
rum, and the
we,
audio?
we, we, we did it, but it came late. So,
I didn't hear it.
oh, all right. Well, we'll do it better next time. I'm sorry. I don't
God,
know.
that was terrible.
We had horrible,
You
horrible.
butchered that. You butchered that open.
Oh, it's
If
brand
you,
new. That's the first time I
yeah,
did it.
no kidding. Yeah, it's yeah, yeah.
I'll do
Trust
it.
me,
I'll do it
trust
better
me.
next time. I promise.
Yeah, if you pull that stuff at PRI, I'm gonna reach over and
No,
slap.
no, no, no. I'll be better prepared.
Oh my lord, what a
It just
disastrous open.
it can't always be on. But you know what? The most important thing is you're here and you're on.
And you can't even see my life-threatening wound.
No, no. So what was that? What third story that fall took place? Third story
Getting out of the car there, and my arms were full, and
with who? You think you're the only
I like
one who can
that.
do that?
I like that. It was a woman this time. Um, I had to get you back for that.
uh,
Yeah. No, and I
see
just
what you're
stepped
doing to
out.
me.
I stepped out in a bad way, and from the surgery to rebuild my face. Oh my God, you wouldn't know that, right? They took all this bone out of my hip, and so when it gets cold, 40 degrees today. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Blah. Um,
Wow.
my leg just doesn't work that great, and I
Really?
stepped out on an awkward angle, and I kind of vaulted myself up off the seat, put all my weight on my left leg, and immediately pile drive myself into my concrete driveway.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
pretty. The first thing, yeah, I mean, my a buddy of mine was there, and that's why I stopped because he was coming in to work on my motorcycle, and so I stopped short of the garage to say hi to him, blah blah blah, and that's the moral of the story is don't have any friends come to your garage, but you know, uh, and blood was streaming down my
Oh
face,
no. Well, you're very
and
vascular at that part of your head, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no kidding,
very
yeah.
bloody. Yeah, yeah,
Um, that I spin off a really bad joke from that, but I'm not going to.
yeah.
Um, uh, and he says, "Are you okay?" I gave him the keys to my motorcycle and went in the house. And I called. He's here now, downstairs working on my bike.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't find the keys. He goes, "You don't remember? You gave them to me." I said, "No, I don't remember." I and yesterday I was definitely loosely wired. Got up, had some food, and went. I don't I don't feel right.
Really?
I
Really?
never look right, but I mean, today I just didn't feel right. But I feel good today. Excited to be
Good.
here with you.
Good, good,
Uh,
good.
to do my Hail Marys and all that good stuff. A lot of interesting things going on, and I've got a lot of really good backstories. But I know you want to start off. Well,
Well,
you just do your
you know what I
thing,
want to
Mister
start out
Crappy
with? I
Open
want to
Reader.
start out with your prediction. Let's start with
You
that one.
go.
This was the biggest shock in a long time for a couple of reasons. But we're talking F1 right
Yep.
now, and again, not my strong suit, but I'm okay. So what we have last week, we were talking about the championship, and it looks like it's McLaren. And you said, well, Verstappen could still win. He'd have to win the next 3 races to win the championship. And I was like, yeah,
Now he doesn't.
what's the likelihood of that happening? Well, really stinking good, because that's exactly what happened. He took the lead after what, a lap, and never look back,
Yeah.
and won the race. But the funny part, I don't know, funny, the interesting, the odd part about it all is this hasn't happened all year. I don't know when the last time it did happen. What, both McLarens got disqualified, 0 points.
Yeah. I mean, it was a perfect. And I said Max would win at Vegas just because he won the first year there. The second year there, all he had to do was finish, fifth or better. So he finished fifth to win a championship. But Lando was the fastest in the wet on Friday, but Max is Max, man. And I felt pretty comfortable he'd win,
Yeah.
but I did not expect. Um, did not expect the two McLarens to get disqualified for being too low. But
I
if you
know.
watched on TV, you could tell it didn't look right. And I mean, it was literally is about the thickness of an envelope that the cars were too low. But hey, the rules are the rules. But here's the funny
But
thing.
just saying, we're talking millimeters, though. It's not.
Oh, it's not even that. It's like I said, it's about that thick.
That's it.
So yeah.
Is
So
that? I mean, that was
here's
the amount that they got disqualified for.
yeah.
Wow.
And you could tell the cars were too low because they were sparking everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, in the old days they used wood. It was called jabrock, and it's
Yeah.
also what they used on the side pods. And it was
Yeah.
wood, but really hard wood.
Yeah.
Then they went to titanium skid plates years ago and titanium under tray. And oops, but here's a funny. And I was watching Netflix. It's cold here today, so I and Thanksgiving's around the corner, so I'm on my starvation diet, so I can eat
Yeah.
like a pig Thursday night with the family. But yeah, here's the so watching Drive No Love Lost between Christian Horner and Zach Brown,
Oh gosh,
and I
no,
mean
no.
really they hate each other. But here's the funniest part: I bet Horner had to be home, literally jumping up and down, going, and I'm not going to say the bad words, but
Okay.
he had to have
Okay.
been loving every second of it to see both their cars get disqualified on a technicality which the team set up the car. They
Right.
just set the car up a little too low. And maybe they were thinking with the fuel burn off, the car would, but boy, those first
Yeah.
laps. Um, and I mean, Horner's got to be, I mean, I don't even want to say what he's probably doing right now, but he's having a hell of a celebration.
Well, but here's what I don't understand them. Aren't they saying, like, I've heard several rumors of where he's supposed to land, and I thought
Who?
he was going to Cadillac. That
No,
apparently not. Now I
no,
hear he's going to um
maybe Aston Martin.
maybe Aston Martin,
Yeah.
Aramco.
But that's, well, because here's what's happening. What have I said many times on this here program?
What?
Rich guys get
Get
bored.
bored.
And I'm sorry, Lance Stroll's not a bad driver, but nobody's rushing out to sign Lance
Well,
Stroll.
come on. Look, I mean, seriously, if it wasn't
So
for his dad, what are the chances he'd be there?
unemployed. So here's the deal. Like I've said, I think he's getting bored. So there was a rumor not that long ago that Christian Horner is going to come back with maybe buying out an existing team and come back as team principal, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. That was 5 months ago. But
Okay.
here we go. So the door is open for Horner to come with a bunch of investors, which he will bring, and buy out Lance Stroll's remaining interest. I told you not to eat peanuts before you go on the
But
air.
I thought he increase his portion, Stroll?
Yeah, he owns the whole damn team. He can increase it 100% more, and so he already owns 100%.
Oh, okay.
But it's sounding like he wants out now and
Yeah.
would be open to selling off to a major principal, Christian Horner, maybe,
Mhm.
and his investors. I have a whole theory on the whole Horner gate, which if we have time to, I'd love to go into because he got cooked, and it was a witch hunt.
Yeah.
And I'd love to go into that. But so may he come back? I don't think because of the sensitive issue that it is, and we finally months ago learned the woman's name. It was leaked, quote unquote. But now it looks like that woman is employed at Cadillac. But she was the most powerful woman in Red Bull. And I've got some theories, blah, 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 blah. But it looks like she's with Cadillac now.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens over there. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Horner's got to be laughing all the way to the bank.
I
They
guess.
get the two cars technically disqualified. Now the door max is 24 points behind Lando. So he's either tied with Piastri or maybe he's got 1 point advantage. I don't know exactly. But, oh my God, So here we go. Now, is Lando or Oscar going to score 0 points in the next two races?
Probably not.
I doubt it.
Odds are against it, unless the fix is in.
But um, if Lando poops the bed for whatever reason, or has a mechanical, I mean, the door is wide. Well, if let's put the door has a crack in it, it's no longer got a steel bar across it.
Yeah,
But it's shaping up to be again one of the most exciting ends to a season in Formula One, much like it was a couple of years ago. So I don't know. I know I'll be watching. That's for damn sure.
So
It's made for Netflix TV.
So from the sidelines, the novice, is it 12 points for a win?
25.
Oh, 25. Okay. All right. Good. So, yeah. I mean,
he's 24 points behind Lando.
I mean, that's a win.
Well, but Lando,
if Lando only scores 1 point, like eighth, you got to go eighth.
And I don't think he's going to zero out.
But if Max
second is
wins
24, 3, 22.
If Max wins both races and gets 50 points,
yes.
Then I wonder how badly Lando has to do to not make up that same. Well, I mean, he's up 24, so yeah, he'd have to have two pretty miserable races.
Yeah, he'd have to. Let's say he finishes seventh, so that's a handful of points. He could still win the championship. I mean, he can't have two races where he's seventh or eighth, because that's not enough points. Max will go smoking past him.
Yeah,
but he's definitely the pressure's on him. He's got to be top 5 or better, because the point drop off is pretty precipitous. After the top 5. So, I mean, if Max wins both, that's 50. He's got 24. He's got to give away anyway. So Lando would literally, really, really have to do poorly.
So how much would they pay somebody to take Lando out early?
To be determined.
I mean, I don't know that it's true, but it seems like there's still a lot of shenanigans that goes on in F1.
Shenanigans? That's the whole Horner thing. Yeah. That whole thing was designed to knock Red Bull off their block. Well, guess what? It didn't.
It didn't.
But I have a whole theory on it, but I could go on to 20 minutes on my theory, which we probably don't want to do because you got a lot of stuff. I know you.
No, it's your show. It's your show. I'm curious because, I mean, is it they don't like Red Bull? They don't like Max? What's the angst, you suppose, here?
They don't like anybody. I mean, it's a backstabbing sport, man.
I mean, the fact that Cadillac had to deliver $420 million to the coffers of F1 just to get in. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Now, apparently, Cadillac thinks there's upside to that. I don't know.
It's the Charlotte mob, except they're just relocated to France.
All right, let's stay on this topic, but let's take a moment because George is signaling me we're going to give some love to one of your partners.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, George. Hit the button.
The beaming high noon sun, pop-up hailstorms, and harsh winter conditions. Colorado throws all of the elements at us. How are you going to protect your vehicle from all of that? ProTech Auto Shield is your best bet. ProTech Auto Shield is a premier Denver clear bra and paint protection facility, specializing in clear bra paint protection film, ceramic coatings, and ceramic window tinting. It's the most comprehensive protection your car or truck can get. Think of their clear bras as your protective invisible shield from scratches and pesky rock chips. While ProTech's advanced ceramic coating boasts a durable, high-gloss barrier that repels water, dirt, and contaminants. For the ultimate comfort with protection, their ceramic window tints block out harmful UV rays, reducing interior heat. And right now, ProTech Auto Shield's windshield tints are 30% off. And if you need hail repair, they'll pay for the deductible up to $500 for hail repair service. Visit them at 11114 West 44th in Wheat Ridge, or head to ProTechAutoShield.com.
Welcome back. Race Central Unplugged. Kurt Hansen.
Yeah, let's see how you butcher that rejoin.
So
I don't want to get into this whole story right now.
Okay.
because there's some more stuff I want to get to.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously the signing with Mick Schumacher, Louis Foster, Graham Rahal probably becomes. Sorry, Graham, but probably the guy that's got more to prove, but he's got his name on the company, so I mean he'll be okay. But I'm excited. So here's what they've announced is they're going to do what they call a 3-2-1 testing format: 3 ovals,
Mm-hmm.
2 road courses, and 1 temporary circuit.
Yeah.
So
Makes
I
sense.
don't think you can't test. So they were thinking about Phoenix, but you can't go to a track where they have an open test within a month or so. So they can't go there. And I don't read rule books. I think they're boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you can test at a track you actually race at unless it's a sanctioned test. So, they're not going to go to Nazareth and they're not going to go to Ontario Motor Speedway. So I'm wondering where they're going to. I don't know.
For the oval test, you're saying?
Yes. They have to test somewhere they don't race, as far as I understand. I could be wrong, but I think that is the way it's supposed to be. So I don't know. Again, I didn't read the rule book.
Let them test at Pocono.
Yeah, but doesn't IndyCar go to Pocono this year? Or
No.
They
never got back on the schedule. Isn't that why they use Sebring for some of years? Because Sebring, they said, was the closest thing to a road course that wasn't a road course.
Boy, you're a fairly smart person for butchering a bunch of opens on my podcast. Yeah, so they're going to go to Sebring. That's going to be their road course test, and then they're going to use a modified. I mean, I've got the simple answer. Go to the streets of Willow. The streets of Willow. All the Formula Atlantic guys would go there and test the streets of Willow because it's very much like a point and squirt deal. Like Long Beach is. So they could go to the streets of Willow, but they're saying maybe some type of modified deal at Sebring for the street circuit, but they're going to use a road course there. So that's what they are going to do. And the big curve definitely is going to be the ovals. Now my dearly departed, very, very good friend Justin Wilson, who I miss immensely, told me that for him it wasn't that big of an adaptation, but I think it's different for everybody. But he did tell me, imagine driving down the backstretch at Indy and coming to the corner and someone holding up a knitting needle or a sewing needle, and you have to drive the eye of it. He said it's pretty, but it's different for everybody. So, I mean, John Alessi, even though the year he came, he was with a terrible team that had that True Car effort with oh God, what were those engines? Lotus. Oh my God.
Yeah, Lotus.
Yeah, they're like 50 horsepower down.
Sad.
But Leslie had no problem with it. Jimmy Clark didn't have any problem with it. Going back a few years. I think it's a lot about your personality. And Indy is not a place for what we call fast fiber twitchers. And the U.S. ski team and travel around the world, fast twitchers, and they did okay in GS, but slow twitchers did better in especially Super G and downhill, because it's just how they're put together. It's how they're wired. It's how their muscles work. Guess which one I am? I'm a fast twitcher and a fast tweaker, by the way. Yeah, I mean, that's why, like Frank Shorter, slow twitch. World record 100-meter dash guys, fast twitch. So a lot has to do with your metaphysical. That's a pretty good word for this late in the day for me. It's how you're made up. It's how you think. It's how your muscles work. I can tell you, I have had the opportunity to be coming to a corner and have to reach down with my right hand and push down on my thigh to keep my foot on the throttle.
Really? Wow.
Stuff gets weird. Oh yeah, stuff gets weird. Yeah, when you're going really, 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 really fast, you're coming to a corner, especially maybe, blind apex or blind apex over the top of a hill, but you're supposed to flat. It's because the body goes, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't feel too cool, Ranger Rick. It is what it is.
I know we had Christian Rasmussen on a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And we were talking about this, the adaptation from road course, street course to oval, particularly if you've never been on the big oval before, coming from Indy next as he did. And he said for him, and I don't know if everybody's different, you're right, but he said for him, it wasn't that hard of an adjustment at Indy. He said he felt after a dozen laps or so, he felt like he was getting into a rhythm and it was okay. He didn't feel weirded out by it. But I mean, again, there's not traffic, there's not bad air, not dirty air. You get on there with 33 cars all going for the same piece of real estate, you can get a little crazy, I'm sure.
Well, and you're right. You hit the nail on the head. We have an old saying, and I tell kids when I instruct with them, let the car come to you. Slow many times is fast. But if you're coming to the corner and it feels like, a fistful of hands and, you got peacocks in the cockpit and, it's no, because that means you're catching the car. And one thing you don't want to do at Indy is be catching the car. There's a saying we have in motorsports, and that's it's escaped me. I'm back to the steakhouse. Guys that are really carry the car. Excuse me. Okay. So on a street circuit or road course, a bad car can be made a little better because the driver can carry the car. In other words, the driver is so good that he can drive around a bad car. I mean, not make it perfect, but he can, just on sheer talent, drive around the imperfections of the car.
Yeah.
You can't do that at Indy.
Right.
I mean, if you blink in the wrong spot and you miss your turn in by 10 feet,
it's
you might have a big situation. And if you think you're okay and you don't lift or breathe it, you get hurt real bad. I mean, you get hurt bad on a road course, on a street course, but the speedway is the speedway. And
so let me ask you then, at the speedway, how far can you miss your apex?
Not much.
And be okay?
Not much.
Not much. Is it inches? Is it feet? What is it?
No, it's so your turn-in point is most critical.
Right.
So you can maybe turn in a little bit late and miss the apex by a little bit and be okay, but it depends on the driver and the scenario. So here's the key: if you miss your turn in, you may want to park your Valor for a moment and breathe it and get the car where it needs to be on the racetrack, and then just go back to power.
And so, what do you woe it down? Is that the only way you can do that? Is wowing the thing down?
Well, maybe just a little lift.
Yeah.
We call it confidence lift.
Mm-hmm.
But if you miss if you're way too early, you're going to be way too early on the corner, which means you are going to hit the wall straight on. You're going to go right in the wall. If you're late, late, they say early, you can see what you hit. Late means you feel what you hit, because you're probably going to get it. You're going to try to correct the car, turn it down, and you're going to back it into the wall.
Yeah.
But if you're really early, you get on that curb, you bounce off the curb, you go straight up in the wall.
Yeah.
And then you and here the funny thing is too, everybody likes to rip Danica Patrick. You watch all the drivers now, when they know they're going to have a big one, they grab their belts.
Yeah.
Because if you hang on to the wheels can snap and break both your wrists, or they go right through the wheel, you break both your wrists and cut them to ribbons on the dash. Right. She started them. Danica started them.
She did.
She's a good. Yeah. Wow. I hate to say she had a lot of practice doing that. Well, but
I was watching a replay, and I think it was Scotty McLaughlin, and they said, and he was hitting the wall. He knew he was going to hit the wall, and he didn't. I know what you're saying. They grabbed their belts, but he didn't. Yeah. He put his hands to the side of his helmet. Yeah, and they said it was interesting that he did that, because usually they grab their belts, and Scotty went like this. I mean, same result, I guess. His hands were clear. He didn't get hurt, but I don't know.
If your hands are up there and they fly and they get whacked on the halo or something, break your arm. I mean, right now. I think he did it because he's just going, oh crap!
Yeah, well, all right, yeah.
Oh,
okay,
no.
so let me again a novice question from someone who barely broke the world of motorsports. So when I was at Skippy, they were teaching us, and again, this is a minute ago. They were teaching us about trailing throttle oversteer, which is a very unique concept. Is that similar but opposite of like brake trailing? Is there some correlation there, or
Everybody has different philosophies. I've instructed for Skippy, for Jim Russell. I've done a lot of, so what you want to do, especially in a street circuit and a road course, is you want to get the car to rotate on its axis, because the car turns faster as it rotates. It allows you to go back to power sooner. In other words, you get a better run down the straightaway, whatever that may be. You don't trail throttle or trail brake at the speedway.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you do, you'll be trailing all right. You may be in the lead ambulance, but you'll definitely be trailing. But on a road course, I mean, there's two ways to turn the car. And when you're teaching someone to drive, you don't teach trailing brake or trailing flow. For them to misuse that tool in the wrong scenario is really easy. It's easier to teach a guy how to do it right, and then maybe introduce a little rotation, which is done by brake. You get the car turned, you stab the brake a little bit, the front pins turns in, the back of the car naturally comes around, and you pick up the throttle as it comes around. I think I've seen schools do that. I think it's a mistake, because again, you're trusting somebody with limited knowledge, limited skill, limited experience into using a tool that you get hurt real fast.
You really should be more advanced to use those tools.
Yeah, so I preferred, and I've done both. I've done both very well, but I prefer to rotate the car, pin the front of with the nose, and pick the throttle up. Because you really, it's a much harder skill to pull off effectively and accurately with a trail brake or trail throttle. It's much easier to just rotate the car, in my humble opinion. Is to get the car to rotate, and then you know how much you're turning. Because boy, the reason why they call it seat of the pants driving, it's why I sit in the bottom of the floor of my Atlantic car, because by the bottom of your butt, you can feel what the car's doing. If you come flying in there and trail the brake, it's going to go, and it might just go to a point, and then it's gone. You have no way to really control that per se. I mean, I don't know. Like I say, I've done both.
I don't think they were, when they were telling us, teaching us about it, I don't think they were telling us to do it. I think they were wanting us to feel it, so that we could tell if something, we do. It was almost like, this is what can happen, but don't do it. Now, some of us liked it, and I think we picked up on it, and we were playing with it, but it wasn't good.
It's like having 10-year-olds practice Russian roulette.
Yeah. Oh, George, are you ready for another love break, a love fest?
Yeah, it's just not a great idea. What'd you say?
George is going to give us. We're going to take a break. George is going to give us a little love fest with one of your dear partners.
Another pagan.
Hit the button, George.
Hit the button, George.
For over 30 years, Rocky Mountain Car Care in Broomfield has been your trusted, family-owned shop for everything your vehicle needs, from oil changes to engine rebuilds and everything in between. Their ASE-certified technicians service all makes and models using the latest technology, and they back their work with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. As a AAA-approved and Napa Auto Care Center, quality isn't just a promise, it's the Rocky Mountain Car Care standard. Their pit crew is loaded with decades of experience, including IndyCar, NASCAR, and Formula One crew experience. They bring championship-level precision and hometown service to bring you and your family across the checkered flag, or wherever you need to go. And right now, get 15% off your next service when you mention promo code Rocky Mountain. That's right, 15% off just for giving your car the care it deserves. Call today or schedule online at RockyMountainCarCare.com. Rocky Mountain Car Care. Hometown heart, championship level experience.
I just want to wrap up our boring technical segment. Trailing throttle, trailing brake do the same thing as getting the car to rotate. That's what they're there for. Some people think that trailing throttle works better, some trailing brake. the reality of it is, I think the risk is much higher than the reward.
Okay.
If you trail the brake in or trail the throttle in, I think especially for a younger driver, or even an older driver, that's a novice in the sport, I think that the potential for a spin or damaging the car is much higher. That's why I got taught how to rotate the car by Bob Lovenberg and Jimmy Vassar, and I was at a skill point where they thought I would understand it, and I did. I did it really well, and it's really fast. But trailing throttle, trailing brake, all you're doing is you're carrying more speed in the back of the car, so the car does this. And with trailing brake, you're getting in the rear when you turn the wheel in to upset the tail, so it comes. But it's harder to modulate how much rotation you get with those two
Yeah,
things.
I would think so.
Just my opinion.
All right.
But yeah, it is what it is.
Hey,
It's,
can we go
6
back
of
to
one,
Ray
half
Hall?
dozen of the other. Tomato.
Can we go back to Ray Hall for a minute? I think a lot of people are surprised that Graham is still at it, but I was told by somebody yesterday, the day before, somebody in the know, that Graham's the number one money bringer to the team. Graham is responsible for more sponsor dollars coming to that team than anybody else on
Graham's
it.
a star.
So if he's the rainmaker, I guess
I
goose
know
that lays the golden egg, right?
Yeah, well, and he's built the Ray Hall dealership group and his performance. I mean, Graham, he's handsome. He's really well spoken. His first TV interview he ever did with me at the Denver Grand Prix years ago, when he was in Atlantics, because I knew his dad, Bobby. And Graham is, well, I guess if you got Courtney Force on your sales team, that's not exactly hurting your deal either. I don't know how much she's involved, but Graham is brilliant at finding money, as his dad was. And, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. And Graham, I saw him in the lobby. We go to Long Beach. I'll take you to the Hyatt lobby. That's where all the heavyweights hang out and watch the race on a massive TV because you can see everything. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You'll see. Yeah, Ray Hall will be there.
I hope I don't get seasick.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, if you sleep on a boat like you do live opens, I'm going to be a little worried. Yeah, we're going to put you down at the bottom of the boat where all the leaks are.
Yeah. Where they had the swimming pool.
So that, again, thank you, Queen Mary. I've stayed there a million times.
Yeah.
Karen Yuen. If you're going to Long Beach, it's kind of like if you go to Indy. If you go to Indy and you don't go to Charlie Brown's, you don't go to Steak and Shake, and you don't go to St. Elmo's, you really didn't kind of go.
Missing out.
Long Beach, 555 is a restaurant. That's the St. Elmo's of Long Beach.
Okay.
And we'll go there. You'll probably know half the people in the room, and I'll know all of them. But after we leave, you'll know all of them. That's where I bought Ann Fenoro, a very nice, I'm sure you know Ann, over at Voight. She's our PR director.
Mm-hmm.
I bought her a very nice 3 cheese olive martini Saturday night. That's really nice of you, Kurt. It's like, it's what I do. It's how I roll. But I got to thank the Queen Mary. And if you're going to Long Beach and you're looking for a truly iconic place to go, and the food on the Queen Mary is amazing.
Really?
But if you eat on the Queen, yeah, and go to the observation bar. I'm sure you'll see Kevin Buckler there. Kevin's an awesome guy. But it's where the party is at, and then the party's at 555, but stay on the Queen Mary, go visit. It's truly iconic, and you'll see when you stay there, you'll be like, I wonder who else sat in this bathtub.
Yeah,
because it's kind of been there a while. So anyway, thank you, Queen Mary. Oh, and thank you, Chili Bowls, to the iconic. I can't believe I pulled this one off.
I can't either.
If you're a Tulsa fan, the Mayo, and this is their 150th year anniversary or something.
Are you kidding?
No.
Wow.
And we'll be there. They're doing that. It's in January, so we'll be there. So we too will get to watch the horse that walks up and down the street every day, and maybe we'll run into Stallone's daughter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's not real about the horse, is it?
I think it is actually.
Oh, it is. It's true, really?
Yeah, I
Not
think it
just
is.
TV? Oh,
No, I
okay,
think it is.
cool.
So we're going to say it the
Wow.
legendary. So we're saying the legendary Queen Mary. Thank you, Queen Mary, and the
Hmm.
legendary Mayo. The
Mayo
Mayo, by the way, the only downer is it's a really long drive from our hotel to
to the
the
track.
yeah, it's 4 minutes.
I bet you could say like an hour or something.
Yeah. So
Hold the Mayo.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Mayo. That's a haha. That's a hotel joke, right?
I don't know. I don't
Um,
think so. Not
but
much. Of it.
what were we talking? I forgot the hell we were talking about.
Oh, well, we're talking about Graham Rahal and
Oh no,
what a star he is.
Graham is a brilliant. He's a brilliant kid,
Yeah.
and so is his dad. Not a kid, but his dad. And Graham has built a hell. I mean, when he steps aside, he'll be a team principal like no other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll have. I mean, oh by the way, if Mick Schumacher works out, they got a hell of a team.
Oh.
Yeah, they got a hell of a team. Champ Car announcer, he used to like to tip him a little bit. This is not speaking out of school, and he gets super drunk. I mean, hammered. And I was welcoming him up on the stage because Graham won that race. He couldn't
Yeah.
drink champagne because he was under 21 in
Yeah.
Houston that year,
Yeah.
and he was so hammered he fell off the stage.
No. No. Did he
Yeah,
hit his head? Did he get hurt? Did he get hurt?
yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't remember, but I was too
Yeah.
good doing my thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they were trying to get him,
Wow.
Mike, not this way, not this, go the other way. I'm sure he's
Yeah.
not watching. I hope not.
I
I don't want to get
yeah.
barred.
I like Mike. Mike's been very good to me over the years.
Well, you know,
Um.
it was a brothers initially,
Mhm.
and he was the two brothers, Lanigan brothers. And I don't.
Do you think? Do you think before Graham? Okay, you said when Graham retires, he'll become a team principal. Will it be RLL? They'll be the team principal. Will he wait for Bobby to retire before he does, or you think he'll move on? What do you think? I can't imagine he's going to leave the family biz, right?
So here's the really good news. Just in case you haven't looked, they have the same last name.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's not gonna forego that. But I mean, would Graham and Bobby be like co-leaders, or
I
how would
have
it
to
work?
excuse myself for a moment. I have to excuse. I've been watching Netflix Drive to Survive, and I've had it on pause for so long. It just came back
Yeah.
on, and I want to turn it off. Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right, good. We're gonna take a commercial break. Go turn it off. Hit it, George.
Car lovers, hot rod collectors, and gearheads, your dream garage just became a reality. Store your four-wheeled pride and joy at Titan Car Condos, a secure, gated community built for people who speak the language of horsepower. With 24/7 surveillance, electric climate control, and 100-amp, 120 or 230-volt power options, your prized possession is safe, powered, and pampered. Every unit features a water bib, natural gas bib, and fire suppression system with optional mezzanines to customize your space. Create your own theme to show off your sweet ride. Rub shoulders with like-minded hobbyists, swap stories, and build your collection in comfort without breaking the bank. Thanks to Titan Car Condo's low HOA fees, you and your new motorhead friends can kick back in their 3-story clubhouse with a covered rooftop lounge, outdoor kitchen, and pristine mountain views. With easy access to US 85, Titan Car Condos is where automobile passion meets premium space. Get all the details by visiting TitanCarCondos.com today.
That was pretty good programming right there.
That
Take
was
a break.
excellent timing. Great timing. Great.
Yeah, it really
timing.
was.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, what I should have done is waited for that and then gone to but it was pretty damn loud. It was distracting.
We couldn't even hear it on our end. So.
Oh, well, shoot. Okay.
That's good. That's fine.
So are we done
I
with
wanted to
IndyCar?
watch it. I was kind of hoping you'd put the camera so I could watch it.
I'm so addicted to that freaking show.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah. So if are we done with IndyCar?
We're done with IndyCar. If you want to be, absolutely, yes.
Well,
We got about 6 minutes left.
that's BS because we got to go through all the rest of the stuff I'm going to talk about.
There's more? Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're going long. Bonus programming.
Let's hit it.
Trans Am. You love Trans Am. I love Trans Am.
Oh
Trans Am.
gosh, we
Yeah.
had Adam Andretti on the show. Love
Yes.
Trans Am.
So they've announced they're going to have a sprint series like Formula One does.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it plays out because, a lot of these teams don't have the big budget because they're going to be T2 teams. They did it in Challenge. Here was an announcer there, and they bought them out. They did away with it. It was, truth be told, the teams, they're like, we're burning up tires, fuel, and people, and so I don't know. We'll see how. I think it might play better in Trans Am, but got to remember, some of these teams aren't coming with big bucks, and you can use up a lot of stuff. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, next up on the list, NHRA.
Yeah.
Here. So Brittany Force, see ya, go have a baby.
Yeah. Go on.
But the shocker, and I know a lot about the backstory here.
You are kidding.
After Austin Prock wins a second back-to-back championship, his brother is the assistant car chief to his dad, Jimmy, who for years was a tuner for Larry Densham, for Robert Height. I mean, and Prock was known kind of if he puts a Prock tune-up on it, you may not make it to the end of the drag strip, but it's going to go fast. So as soon as the thing is over, they announce they're leaving. Well, I've called some of my minions, and they've said, everybody's been talking about it, but it hasn't been confirmed. At least as of right now, Rolex time says 5 minutes to 4 Mountain Time. It's not been confirmed. I've talked to my guy. I don't want to say his name. He says it's a great rumor, but I'll tell you what makes the most sense. And I know this from 20 years in the NHRA. There was one team when Force still had Ford. There was only one team that had Ford. That was Bob Tasca. Bob Tasca, the third race. John and the Tascas are like that. John allegedly was grooming Bob to become part of Force or like John Force Racing Light.
Yes.
He loved the kid. They had Ford money, the whole deal. Then Ford left Force, and that played out later. But then Tasca went back home to work on his very successful performance parts company and dealership. And he was not that big of a deal. There'd be flashes. But then when he kind of stepped aside for a few years, came back, the guy's been the real deal. I mean, Tasca the third is a wheelman. I think, in my very limited knowledge, since I've only been doing this since like yesterday, I think Tasca makes complete sense because, wow, the only thing is that Proc is a Ford, or excuse me, a Chevy, and Proc's a Ford. Yeah. So I don't know. There might be. I mean, the engine manufacturer may come and say, "Hey, here's $1 billion. Go do something else."
Really?
Because Tasca's a Ford.
Yeah.
And obviously the Force came through Chevrolets. So we'll see what happens. But it makes complete sense. They're both young. I mean, it makes the most sense. I don't see another team out there that, and I know some things going on right now that I can't talk about. Like my very good friend, Ashley Wilson, who I helped bring into the business, was let go by Tony Schumacher Racing about a week ago in a corporate restructure. What the hell does that mean?
It's funny. I think she popped up on LinkedIn with something to do with that. And
as far as I know, she doesn't have a job yet. But a lot of people have pointed her towards the IHRA. And oh, by the way, Scotty Woodruff, who used to run the Jags team forever. Yeah, I met my wife in Vegas with Ted, 30 years ago. Scotty Woodruff is now the boss man over at the IHRA. I'd be stunned if that phone call hasn't already taken place. But and a top dog at Antron Brown Racing is gone as of today.
No kidding! Wow.
I've told you.
That's big news.
I've been telling you for a year. The leak down economically. Yeah. And the IHRA now, I think I said a week ago, back in the day, I said there was a lot of crossover. I misspoke. There was some crossover. I mean, I know one guy that definitely crossed over quite a bit, and that was the hillbilly. It'll come to me, but there wasn't a ton of crossover. But now with the budget shrinking, dollars getting harder to find. IHRA has a TV package now. They're getting crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I'm not sure who you're talking about. That's what, Chris.
Oh, Clay Milliken. Thank you very much.
Clay Milliken.
Hillbilly. So Clay, when he had sponsorship by the trucking company, which name escapes me at the moment, he did bounce back and forth. But so the big teams, not at all, because there was a real war. There was some crossover in the lower levels, maybe in sportsmen, but the only guy that was a guy that was a stick and could be at the front was Clay Milliken, but I can't recall anybody else. But I mark my words. Some of these people that are getting bounced out of these teams, if you find the 4 little letters, IHRA, after their future employers or teams going to the IHRA,
yes,
they bring a tremendous amount of sponsorship. The guy that his last day was today, he's a very close friend. And I was texting with him, and I asked him if we get Antron. I boo-booed.
You said it. Yeah, you said it. Well, that's okay. Antron's not watching. You're fine. Okay.
Anyway, we're going to try to get Antron on, and I'll leave it at that. But I mean, a lot of these people are very, very responsible for media, PR, sponsor relations. They know who all the players are. They got them in their electronic Rolodex. And like I said before, Matco, Antron Brown, Napa, Ron Capps. I think Ron's trying to save that deal by bringing on a young, attractive driver to bring in that younger demographic, which the NHRA does not have.
Right.
So they said,
are you saying this could end up being kind of like an IndyCar split in drag racing?
I don't know about a split, but the landscape is going to look a lot different.
Yeah.
I mean, if a company loves drag racing and they love your people, you go to the IHRA and spend half as much.
Yeah.
So you got a TV package. I mean, the big misconception is, I'm going to go NHRA racing. I'm going to paint my car and get my logo. Bro, the only time you get your logo on the car is when they stage and maybe at the top end. But in 3.5 seconds, it's all over, bro.
Yeah,
it's all about activation of the track and
it's worse than IndyCar.
The people that have done that probably the best that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them doing really well. Don't get me wrong, but Skag came into drag racing. No one ever heard of them, and they don't really care about all the. They don't care. They bring their dealers out and they get them all pumped up, and their sales go vertical.
Right.
That's I can try to get the founder of Skag on. I'm sure he'll
really.
Be here. Yeah,
that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. But okay, so I'm going down my list because I actually wrote a list. So I think it's going to be Tasca. I don't see a spot anywhere else unless they form their own team.
Okay,
and it's tough to go as a one-car team it's really tough. There's no data sharing. There's no nothing. But world's seen different things. Talking about. Wouldn't that be a shock they go to the IHRA? Not going to happen. I'm just trying to.
It would be earth shaking. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. NASCAR.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about NASCAR. Okay.
So this gets even more interesting by the minute. So, when Tony Stewart left NHRA, left NASCAR years ago, he didn't exactly leave on a velvet.
No.
He's made it very clear. And he loves running in the NHRA, and every chance he gets to thumb his nose at NASCAR, he does. Here's where it gets interesting in this lawsuit. Let's start with the lawsuit per se. There may or may not be enough information there to win just on the charter basis.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the trailings. Here's the trail break into the corner. There's been information just released. NASCAR said as of recently that Richard Childress is a good old boy redneck and should be taken out behind the woodshed and flogged.
Mm-hmm.
What? Here's one. That's one of your founding fathers, by the way.
Right.
They hated the SRX series.
Right.
I wonder because some Tony George stuff, and they said, "quote unquote," we want to stick a knife in it.
Yeah, I heard that too. Read that. Mm-hmm.
I can go on. So here's what gets interesting. And they've called lesser teams leeches. How would you like to be a smaller team and all of a sudden, and you're a sponsor, and there's the founding body, sanctioning body calls us leeches. I mean, here's, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm just going to.
Was this all a result of the text messages that were released? Is that where all this information came out of?
The more they dig, the more stuff they're finding. So here's the interesting point in a court of law. If they can somehow link all this stuff together, because one of the things of the charter is it's to screw the little guy, blah, blah, blah. It's all about the money. I don't know if that they can win that just on the merit. But if they can somehow get the rest of this stuff introduced, which it's all over the media now, and they can show a trail of some systemic bad behavior,
sure,
and giving the finger to everybody, that might make their case a lot stronger. So they can say, look, this is just part of who they are.
It's their culture. Mm-hmm.
It's their culture.
Yeah.
It's what they breed. And look, so we may be here, but if I don't know if they can get that stuff introduced or not. But if somehow they can get it in that's relevant, or the judge will let it in, this is going to show a 20-year, if not longer, bad behavior.
Well, and again, at the core of this, it's an antitrust lawsuit. So I think from what you're saying, it seems to me there could be ample evidence to move this thing forward. I mean, it all happens in December, right? End of the month?
Yeah. A week.
And then what happened? Let's say Michael Jordan and Danny Hamlin win. What does that do to the rest of the sport? You'll get guys jumping on that bandwagon like there's no tomorrow.
Stay tuned for part 2. But I mean, because it shows a consistency of bad behavior.
Yes.
And kind of giving the finger to a lot of people. Our lesser teams are leeches.
Well, I mean, don't think that. I'm not saying names. I'm not saying who, but don't think that couldn't exist in other series as well, particularly other series that have charters.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
I'm not mentioning any names, but yeah,
they could start with RP.
Yeah.
It could get real interesting. I think the most interesting story out there, though, is definitely going on now is NASCAR and where Austin Prock is going. I have a feeling it's going to be Tasca.
Yeah.
But also the other big part in all these teams restructuring, laying off key
people, big dollar people. Yeah. Well, and in IndyCar, there's a team up for sale, Prema. What's going to happen to that team? I mean, first of all, they got to get the thing straightened out. But I mean, there could be a ton of job loss there. So
okay, let's make up a rumor. I'm having a moment. Christian Horner is going to start an IndyCar team with Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah. And they're going to buy Prema, and here we go.
There's Christian Horner could buy Prema. So there you go, right there. That's pocket change.
He could buy.
Wow.
And I'm not going to do it today because I could probably go on for 20, 30 minutes about the Christian Horner, The
Yeah.
barbecuing of Christian Corner. I have a very, very, very strong opinion on that. And
So he's
are we
got
doing
he's
this
got an
next-
axe to grind.
Oh,
Yeah.
axe. He's got a whole foundry.
Wow.
Are we doing this next week?
I'm sorry.
Are
Next
we doing
week?
this next? Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Okay. I was wondering.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I want to. Do you want? I know
Okay,
you.
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Good.
But
All
you-
right.
my
Let's
new
wrap.
anti-psych meds should have kicked in by then too.
Let's wrap it up. Good show. Got a lot of topics here. We'll see what kind of clips come out of this. We'll look for the clips.
The Clips don't like me.
They're gonna like you on this one. I'll tell you right now, and I'll explain why later.
What's
Okay.
our booth? What's our booth number at PRI?
6048 6048. Go to the NHRA stage. Take a left. You're right there. Okay.
And if there's nobody at the NHRA stage, go to the IHRA stage.
That's right. we're gonna be a substation for the IHRA.
Oh God. Oh, you said it. Send all the emails to
Yes.
Will at Marotti Autosport.
Autosport.com.
By the way, did you get those graphics okay?
I think so. Yes. I will double check. Yes.
Well, I know you haven't been out there practicing the opening all day. So
No, I've been running all day. I've been chasing stuff all day. The ARC arrived today, and I had to go to one place to get a check. I had to go somewhere else to get invite cards from the printer, and no one else could go. So I said, "All right, I'll go." And yeah, well, it'll be handled. Don't you worry about it. It'll be ready. They assure me everything will be fine. We'll be
You were in
great.
the bathtub playing with your ARC all day?
No, it's dry docked.
Yeah, well, good. Trail break that sucker in there. You know.
We're gonna break a bottle of seltzer water against it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Bye,
Have a great
everybody.
night.
Take
See you
care.
next week.
You got it.